If you're working hard in the real estate business, but you still feel like you're chasing clients instead of attracting them, this is for you, because most agents think they have a lead problem when in reality, they have a marketing and consistency problem. They are posting here, they're posting there, they're trying things at once, and then they decide it doesn't work. And that's exactly why most agents never make it in this business. That is why I'm excited for today's conversation. I am joined by Shannon Gillette, who went from having no money, no followers, and no plan to leading one of the top producing teams in Arizona on track to sell over 300 homes this year. What sets Shannon apart is her commitment to video, storytelling, and showing up consistently long before it was popular. If you've tried something once and you say it doesn't work, that's why most agents don't make it. In this episode, we break down what agents are getting wrong about marketing, why videos is no longer optional, and how to build a personal brand that actually brings in business without chasing it. So if you're ready to stop dabbling and start building something that compounds, let's get into it. How do entrepreneurs, thought leaders, and experts like you scale a massive business all while having fun and impacting lives? Welcome to the Play Bigger podcast. I'm your host, Raquel, Quinet, business coach, real estate entrepreneur, investor, wife, and sports mom. This podcast will give you real quick tips, strategies, tools, and inspire you to play bigger in business and in life. Are you ready? Let's grow to the next level. Welcome to the Play Bigger podcast. This podcast is for entrepreneurs who want to play bigger in business and in life. And you know, I always love bringing people who are actually playing bigger. And today I have one of the best. Her name is Shannon. She is a recognized leader in our industry. And I've been waiting to have this conversation with her. And if you have not followed her, you're going to want to follow her after this interview because she's got some really cool videos and she's known for her marketing and just building a really cool community and culture when it comes to real estate. So welcome to the show, Shannon Gillette.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
Well, I'm excited that you're here and you have built a reputation as one of the best marketers in our industry. What do most agents misunderstand when it comes to marketing at such a high level?
It's crazy to hear that because it feels like just yesterday I left a successful new home sales career with no money, no Instagram followers, and no idea how I was going to make this all work. And I knew the stats. 87% of agents don't make it past their first 2 years. And I didn't want to go back to like that corporate new home sales job. So I went all in on building a personal brand on social media before it was cool. And I had a great, being a new home sales consultant for so many years, I had this extra insight on how the real estate community was just really missing out on listing marketing. I felt like every agent was just putting a sign in the yard, taking photos. Nobody was really doing anything beyond that. So I went on this journey to learn everything I could about listing marketing, committed to film a listing video for every home I list since 2016. And here I am today, going from no money to leading the top producing medium-sized team in the entire country at Real Broker, one of the top teams in Arizona. We're on track to sell well over 300 homes this year, and I lead a team of 11 ladies now.
Congratulations. Okay,
Thank
so
you.
Let's talk about when it comes to your video. Were you ever nervous and scared? I mean, 10 years ago, it's pretty much 2016, 10 years ago. What mindset shifts did you have to, because there's a lot of agents that I talk to today, they're scared to show up on video. What advice would you give to them? Because you've been at this for so long, for those that are nervous about showing up on camera and on video.
That's a great question. And here in my market in Arizona, it's very much a buyer's market. Homes aren't selling overnight. Sellers are not selling for fun. We sit at dining room tables with sellers in tears, crying because they're being forced to sell. Maybe it's because of things that are going on in their family or they're relocating. And I know the best way to market a home is through video storytelling. I know the best way to market a home is getting it on YouTube, the second most visited website in the world. I know the best way to market a home is getting your face on camera and telling a story and writing a script. So if I said, I don't want to get on camera because I'm nervous or it's cringy or I don't know what to do, I'm basically telling my seller I'm going to take a shortcut and I'm not going to get your home the best level of exposure. So think about your clients first. Think about the clients you want to help, because building your brand on social media, you're going to get in front of more clients that you can help serve. And that means you have to get your face on camera. My first videos were so cringy. I've tried to delete as many of them as I could because I don't want people to find them. But it's like everything, like nothing's easy at first, right? I've shot thousands and thousands of videos and now I can just pop on camera and it comes really natural to me. But you just gotta do it. And I believe that's why 87% of real estate agents don't make it past their first 2 years, because they try something once and say that doesn't work for them. They host one open house. They don't sell any homes. They say open houses don't work for me. Mm-hmm. It's crazy. You could literally host like 20 open houses and you're guaranteed to probably make $20,000. Like, what other job can you do that in?
That is so true. And speaking of like your team, right? You guys are on pace to sell over 300. Do you have a media team with all the videos that you do? Do you guys have editors? What does like setup look like for somebody that's listening to you or that has been following you for a while?
Every home we list, no matter what the price point, gets a cinematic video on YouTube. We list luxury homes. We list a few manufactured homes a year. I mean, someone could call me up that owns a $100,000 home and we will list it and we will market it better than any other $100,000 home out there, because sellers deserve marketing no matter what the price point. And we have been on a video journey. I mean, I've been doing this since the early days before any real estate agents were even doing listing video marketing. And I started out, again, with no money. I hired this guy that was going to college and he was doing real estate photography. And I asked him like, hey, I really have this feeling that I need to go all in with video. It doesn't make sense. Nobody's doing it, but something's telling me go all in with video. And we went on this journey together. So he worked for me a few days a week, went to college the other days, paid like $200, $300 a video. Fast forward to my team growing, listing multiple homes, sometimes multiple homes a day. We went on several years of just outsourcing video. We hired a big media company in town that shoots for other real estate agents, and it really streamlined the process, made it easy. And just a few weeks ago, we brought on our very own videographer that's won 2 Emmys. We brought on our own full-time editor, and we are starting our own media team just for the Gillette Group. And the quality of video, our videos are looking like movies now. So it's been a journey. It hasn't been easy. Very, very expensive, but worth it in the end.
Yeah, and it's no wonder you stand out compared to a lot of realtors out there. And you've got, speaking of media, you got a show, or what is it that I saw a teaser? Maybe there's a show coming out.
Yeah, no, we are so excited that we have this incredible opportunity to have our own TV show called Selling Arizona. It's going to be airing in a few months here. We've been filming hard. It's been hard work behind the scenes filming the show, but it's going to be all about behind the scenes of what it takes to lead one of the top teams in Arizona, selling hundreds of homes a year, helping so many clients with their biggest asset, the real work that goes on behind the scenes. Because you and I both know, we've all heard the comments like, oh, your job must be so easy just looking at homes all day, or I've been thinking of getting my real estate license and doing this on the weekends. And there is nothing easy about this job.
No. No, not at all. It looks easy on TV. I will say that. It looks
We're going to try to make it look hard. Hopefully you could see the stress, the crying, all of that. So it's going to be a good show.
So there's a lot of people that are shooting videos right now in our industry. What do you think makes video and marketing so different that it actually gets results versus the one that just keep posting videos and aren't getting results today?
Well, in the world of AI, I am a little worried about social media because the average U.S. adult is spending 2 hours a day on social media. We're going there to be entertained, to escape reality, to really see people like who they are besides their job, right? Like Instagram stories, video, getting your iPhone out, sitting in the front seat of your car, talking into the camera about your day. I mean, Instagram stories, I commit to post at least 5 a day, like bring people along, almost like your own reality show. But I worry with AI because now you go on Instagram and like sometimes I find myself just turning it off. I'm like, okay, what's real, what's fake? Like that's not even them. Now some of my friends in real estate are using AI to speak for them on camera, which props to them. They're saving a ton of time. I haven't implemented that yet and I don't know if I will. But I worry about that because people want the authentic video. Like you don't need a huge camera crew. You don't need to hire your own videographer to build a personal brand on social. But if you have a seller, no matter what the price point, that has chosen you out of the thousands of other real estate agents they could have hired to sell their biggest asset in a market where nobody's selling for fun. If you are not doing a video of their home, if you are not getting it on YouTube, the second most visited website in the world, it's a disservice to them. I know it's expensive. And some agents, if they're just starting out and they're like me, where I didn't have any money, like I had to pay my videographer on a credit card many times, maybe team up with somebody in your brokerage that does have the ad budget because you have to put your clients first. And if you're not doing video, it's a disservice to them.
Yeah. That is such great advice because the first thing people look at is, oh my gosh, a video is going to cost me $1,000 or $500 and I don't have the money. I'm just starting out as an agent. So I love that advice of like teaming up with people. Now, you spoke about ads. Do you recommend for agents that go on YouTube to boost it with ads or with your social media to actually have an ad budget for those that can have an ad budget?
Well, the great thing about YouTube and Google Ads is it's not very expensive. I think the first thing any agent looking to like get into video or hire a videographer is like hire somebody to do a very, very like well done about you video. And you could throw that up on your YouTube channel and drop a pin in your farm. Maybe your neighborhood where you live is your farm. Drop a pin on your house and do a 1 mile radius ad. Do a $1 a day ad just to get it in front of people. We do ads with our listing videos because I can target market the perfect buyer. I can target market real estate agents. It's so funny because when we list a home, that's one of the ads we always do is to the neighborhood, the surrounding area of that particular home. And it's so common for our clients to send us a text of a screenshot that a neighbor sent them because their home was on their TV. Because people don't have cable anymore. They're watching YouTube on their TV. And if you know how to run these ads, you can get your listings on people's TV. And then people will say, oh, that sounds too complicated. I don't know how to run a Google ad. You literally go to YouTube and type in, how do I run a Google ad? How do I run a listing video ad? And everything is on the internet for free. So don't use that as an excuse of it's too much for you to figure out.
Yeah. You have a team of how many people? You guys have a mid-sized team?
I lead a team of 11 agents.
Now, do you require them? Is that one of your requirements for the team leaders that are listening to this? Is that one of your requirements that they do video? Or is there any requirements around social media and video or content on your team?
Yeah, I'm blessed to lead an incredible team of agents. For every one agent we bring in, we probably have 30 or 40 applicants. We actually only onboard new agents, and this would be like 2 to 4 agents a year. So it's very hard to get a spot on our team because I'm very protective of our culture, our core values, our minimum standards, our marketing. I take care of all the listing marketing for my teammates because I don't want them to take on a listing and take any shortcuts, right? So they are, and I also want them to build their own brand. Like if they have a listing, we'll go to the listing shoot, we'll film a video together for my YouTube channel of that home, and then they get their own video without me in it that they can put on their YouTube. And we're always like masterminding and brainstorming of like what more can we do on Instagram to grow their brands. Like I would love nothing more for them to have a really strong personal brand supported by the Gillette Group and the power of our team, which has a great reputation in our market.
Yeah, it totally does. How do you leverage like systems and technology and tools today in your business?
That's a great question. I've been on this journey of team leadership. I was a solo agent in 2020. It was me, my videographer, and my TC. I never wanted a team. I was forced to grow a team because of the inbound business coming in. People were calling me saying, will you list my home? Are you taking on new clients right now? I've never had to buy a lead. I've never had to cold call. I've never had to door knock. Like, just building this brand has brought in so many clients. And these are the best type of clients because they see the value. I don't have to sit at their dining room table and sell them on us. I don't have to beg anybody to use us. I want them to see the value and they're like, will you take me on? Will you onboard me as a client? So because this whole thing like happened so fast, like I was just moving and I'm also like very frugal. I was raised by a single mom, grew up really poor. I was like, I could just do it myself. I can wake up at 4 a.m. and make my own YouTube thumbnail. So one of my first hires was a coach. And my coach helped me understand my hourly rate. And I can't be making my own thumbnails. That doesn't make sense. So we've got, systems in place through our virtual assistant, through our coach, and now we have a director of operations. Like, it's just so cool to have that staff behind us to help us sell more homes.
Right. You have been on TV. We've talked about like in podcasts. You've been on stages. How do you think exposure in today's day and age has helped your growth and shaped your brand?
It's huge, right? I remember, I think people are starting to wake up to see how important this is. But I remember a few years ago, people thought I was crazy. Other agents, they're like, why would you want other real estate agents to follow you? Why would you do ads for your listing to other real estate agents? But there's so much power in that, right? Like the more podcasts I'm on, the more stages I get in front of, the more real estate agents are following me. And YouTube and Instagram used to be really our top lead sources, and now real estate agent referrals are up there. But I say if I was not active on Instagram and YouTube, I wouldn't have those real estate agent referrals. So it's so powerful to grow your brand, to get in front of people. Now there's a downside to it. There's a downside to having over 100,000 followers and an Instagram that reaches nearly 2 million, monthly impressions. People start to think if they call me, that's not me answering, or if they send me a DM, that's not me responding. You almost become a little out of reach, which is not good because I am just a normal human being, a real estate agent. If you call me on my phone right now to list your $200,000 condo, it'll be me answering the phone. So yeah, it's been so cool. I love social media. I couldn't imagine where I would be right now if I didn't like go all into this early on.
Yeah. You also threw a conference or an event for the first time that I got to attend. What sparked your idea in throwing that? By the way, it was like, if you guys did not go, it was one of the best events that I have ever attended. Just like the people, the speakers, and you just spoke from the heart there.
I appreciate that. I will say throwing in that event was probably the hardest thing I've ever done in my business. It was the scariest thing. I would wake up in the middle of the night nauseous, what did I commit to here? Because it is way harder than I thought it would be. But if anyone follows me on Instagram, they know I am not afraid to share that my faith is very important to me. I think a lot of real estate agents that are building a personal brand on Instagram, they want to be for everybody, right? If you share a picture of your dog and somebody doesn't like dogs, maybe they don't want to work with you. If you share that you're at church Sunday morning, could that offend somebody? I've been all about this is who I am. If you don't like it, there's many other real estate agents you can hire. So I'm very open about my faith. And I also have been so blessed to have these opportunities to speak on some of the biggest stages in the real estate industry and be a keynote speaker and travel around. I've been to so many conferences, and a typical real estate conference is amazing and it's needed. But I had this thought that the real estate agent or the real estate community is missing this. What if we did a faith-based real estate conference inside a church with thousands of agents and worship music and faith-led leaders on stage speaking? What if we did that? And I made a post. It was just me speaking into the camera on the verge of tears. I'm just going to put it out there. Would anyone be interested in this? And I spoke into the camera and asked, would you attend this? That had 100,000 views, thousands of comments, and now I put it out into the world. I'm like, I've got to do this. So I booked a church. I picked the date, got some speakers through the event. It was called Awaken Summit. We're going to do it again February 2027, and it was really cool. So thanks for coming.
Of course, and I know exactly how it feels. It's almost like when you sign and put the deposit, you're like, oh no. It's happening. And then you get like, it's like this whole whirlwind when you do events, right? Like if anyone's ever thrown an event, you know how hard and difficult it is. And you will wake up in the middle of the night going, are people going to come?
Oh yeah. And I struggle with imposter syndrome. You know, I'm super successful, but yet I still walk up to listing consults nervous. I still sit with sellers that are like much older than me and think like they're not going to want to hire somebody young. Like, not that I'm young anymore, but you know what I mean. And I deal with imposter syndrome. So I would be like, oh, what if nobody shows up? But then because it's a faith-based conference, I'm doing it for God. I had that peace. Like if one person shows up, it's going to be fine.
This is so good to hear because I think a lot of times when we're in this industry and we see people on stages, we think, oh, there's no way Shannon could have imposter syndrome. She's always on videos. She always gets listings. They sell hundreds of homes, but it's so cool to hear how authentic she is in this interview of like, she still goes through it even after many years of being in this business. And I just think it's a sign of growth and expansion all the time when we go through that. So
yeah, well, thank you. Yeah, it's not easy, right? And it feels like it all just happens so fast. And yeah, I mean, I think as real estate agents, we can get in our head a lot. Like, are we good enough? You know, no real estate agent in the world is going to get every single client. That would be weird if you got every single client, but it still stings a bit if somebody doesn't hire you, or, you know, we're dealing with people's biggest asset. They're getting very emotional. I mean, I get yelled at. I have clients that make me cry. And you'd think I'd get like, I don't know. It's not an easy job.
It still does. It still happens, right?
Yeah.
One of the things I absolutely love about you, and you talk about this and you honor it. Not only do you talk about it, but you honor it. There's a lot of agents that talk about this, is boundaries. You talk about boundaries, family time. Even if a seller called you at a certain time, I'd love to kind of go into that. And like, how did you say, you know what, like this is a boundary that I'm going to put in my business and I'm not going to take listing appointments on a certain day or a certain time?
Well, it's been a process, because in order to build a successful team and a successful business, you have to sacrifice. So there were many years that my family, I have 3 kids, a husband, a few dogs. I would have to leave dinner to go take important calls. I would miss sporting events. I mean, in my early days of selling new homes, like I missed my oldest first steps. I got it on video. Like there's been sacrifice, and I have sacrificed a lot, and I still do, because I'm not out of like the weeds yet of this industry. I'm still in production. I still sell homes, but I've learned, especially with the help of having a coach, like understanding your hourly rate and stop doing things that are under your hourly rate. Think of it as an investment in your business. For example, this is crazy, but like a few times a week, I go to Dry Bar, and it's a place where they blow dry and do my hair, because I shoot a lot of content. So I can sit there for an hour and they do my hair, and I'm finishing emails, writing scripts. I have somebody that's cleaning my house. Like understanding your hourly rate and commit to taking those things off of your list that don't make sense. Also, being super intentional about the time with my family. A few years ago, we started a tradition called Friday Night Family Night. Every single Friday night, no matter what, my family and I are doing something fun together, and it is something we can look forward to throughout the week, like a hard week. We rotate back and forth of who plans it, and that is our thing. And I'm also posting it on my social media, because on my Instagram stories, I'm bringing people in my life, and it's inspiring other families. Like, put your family first. I think putting in your calendar date nights, one-on-one time with your individual kids, and thinking of that appointment, you could call it an appointment with your family, the same way you would if you had a $4 million seller inviting you over for a listing consult. You're not going to tell that guy, oh, I'm so sorry, I can't make it. You're going to do whatever you can to get in front of that seller. But our family as real estate agents goes on the back burner. Our spouses go on the back burner. Months could go by, you're like, we haven't even been on a date, because real estate will take over your life if you let it. It's a nonstop job.
Yeah, I love that. And I just think that more and more people need to hear that. Again, it's a process, like you said, but work will always be there. The next client will always be there. And the client that doesn't respect that, if you might not be the client for you. They might be
Yeah.
also the client that is going to call you in the middle of your kid's soccer game or basketball game, and you miss the whole game and you never get that time back. So I just appreciate that you have boundaries and you actually honor them. What do you see as far as like mistakes go that agents are making today when it comes to marketing, when it comes to branding, or it comes to video?
Well, I think back with the boundaries thing, I couldn't do any of that if I didn't have a team. And I think there are a lot of solo agents out there, for example, that say, oh, I don't want to pay a team split. I'm just going to do this all myself. Well, you not only have to look at your annual income. I believe if you're on a solid team, your annual income is going to be more, but you have to look at your quality of life because you have that team support, people to help. So that's just like one more thing with the boundaries. But I also think that might be just a spot where agents are missing out. Like they're trying to do everything themselves when they could join a solid team and elevate their marketing, elevate their client experience. Our team hosts monthly client appreciation events. Like we're not cutting corners in any way with our clients, and there's a lot of power in that. But really, as far as other mistakes agents are making right now, it just comes down to not being consistent and disciplined. It just comes down to them wanting that overnight success, and they want to post a few things and just have a flood of inbound calls. It takes time. But starting with Instagram stories, if you commit to post 5 stories a day about your life, not nonstop commercial because nobody wants to watch that, bring people in who you are besides your job, grow that following. Even if you have 20 people watching your Instagram story, that's still 20 people. So just being consistent and disciplined. Like you be consistent and disciplined in any type of real estate marketing for 6 months and don't give up, you're going to sell more homes.
Speaking of discipline and consistency, if you had to start all over, knowing what you know today, what would be 3 things that you would, no matter what, be consistent at? Because you obviously have the knowledge of building a real estate business.
If I was starting as a brand new agent today and I needed to sell homes right away, number 1, I would host as many open houses as I can. There's no better way to meet a hot client right now than at an open house. And yes, you're going to host an open house and nobody's going to show up. And yes, you're going to have to put out signs in 110-degree heat and almost get hit by a car and nobody shows up. But if you keep doing it, somebody will show up, and you have to do training on how to close these people at open houses. You have to provide them some type of value that the other agents don't provide. You have to ask them, has anyone taken the time to sit down and explain how the buying process works? So number 1, fast money, I would just host as many open houses as I can. But slow moving behind the scenes, I would be building my personal brand online. I would be writing down 3 to 4 things that make me besides my job. Everybody has a personal brand, no matter how old you are, no matter if you have kids or you don't have kids, or you have a dog or you have a cat. And if you think you don't have a personal brand, you might need to go get a dog. Like your dog can be a big part of your brand. So get a dog. So I'd be slowly building that behind the scenes. And then YouTube. I cannot believe the limited amount of real estate agents that are not using YouTube specifically for listing marketing. Yes, there are some beautiful YouTube channels and they're getting tons of business from like area info and talking head stuff, but the listing marketing side of things, man, if you can learn YouTube and how to keyword your listing videos, it's just gonna be crazy. Like we closed a $4 million home last year. The buyer was just online playing around on their computer, and our YouTube video commercial for this beautiful $4 million listing got in front of them. They fell in love with the home through our video storytelling. They booked a showing. They bought the home. We represented the buyer and the seller. Like there is power in video marketing. So those are the 3 things I would do.
Oh my gosh, you dropped so many different nuggets about just branding, video, family, faith, all the things. Where can people connect with you?
Well, as I mentioned, I still respond to all my DMs. Nobody's in my Instagram, so I'd love to
bots.
connect. No bots. I'd love to connect over on Instagram at Shannon_Gillette. And I'm always here to help too. Like I have such a passion for just helping real estate agents, especially do more for their sellers. And it's not easy out there. Like I remember having no money, having no clients, and I'm so blessed to be where I'm at now. And I just really want to give back and just help agents get there, because hopefully they're not part of like that 87% that doesn't make it past their first 2 years. There's only a small percent of us that make it. So.
Yep. Where do you see real estate going as far as sellers and marketing in the next year?
I believe the real estate agent that has the best personal brand is going to win the business of the future, because our clients are Googling us. They're going to your social media. They're looking all around because they're going to continue to hear the stats that the average U.S. adult spends over 2 hours a day on social media. Like, they're going to want their home on social media. So Google yourself. What do you see? Do you have a beautiful website, or are you using the templated website your brokerage gave you? It is 2026. Stop acting like you're living in the 1900s. Like, get a beautiful website, work on your social media, hire a videographer to shoot some content for you, invest in your business, because that's the future, the personal brand, the know, like, and trust. And I think the old school agents that didn't want to get on camera and all that, they're going to start to see more and more of these Instagram influencers, signs going up in their neighborhood.
Oh, so good. And as we wrap up, there is always one question that I ask every single guest on the show is, what does Shannon do to play bigger in business or in life?
Play bigger. I think keeping my faith a priority, keeping God first, being involved in church. Our husband and I have a nonprofit that helps kids living in foster care group homes. How I can play bigger is just keeping myself grounded, giving back to the community. And then I know, man, the more homes I can sell and close, the more people I can help, and just staying grounded there.
So good. Shannon, I want to thank you so much for your time. Like I said, I have waited for this woman to be on our podcast. I cannot wait for all of you guys to connect with her. I want to keep supporting you, cheering you on, and wishing you more success in the future, and continue to keep playing bigger, my friend.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.